A jury has ordered Bill Cosby to pay a woman $500,000 in damages after he sexually assaulted her as a minor back in the 70s. Cosby was not in the courtroom when the verdict was read. That's according to Deadline.
Maybe we should get rid of damages, the term. You
Why?
know what I mean? Well, we got rid of, I'm handy capable. You know what I mean? And it was a big thing when he'd say, so they'd go, you're a rape victim? Survivor. Rape survivor.
Right.
I don't like victim in there. But this is you getting paid for damage. Like, her pussy will never be the same. Thing's all fucked up. Can't rub that shit out.
Yeah.
The wording is, it's like lawyers come up with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it $500,000 in restitution or whatever.
I got
it is. Damages. It says she's damaged
Damages like
goods.
she's a car.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Perhaps we go with punitive.
Punitive damages. That's right.
Something to think about.
Her vag is totaled.
Something to think about.
I don't like the term damages.
Yeah, I get it. The victim, Judy Huth, sued Cosby for sexual battery in 2014, claiming the assault occurred at the Playboy Mansion when she was a teenager. Cosby claimed his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and did not testify in the 2-week civil trial. He was sentenced up to 10 years behind bars in 2018 for rape, but we know that got tossed out.
So the court said 500 on a civil?
Wouldn't it have to be? I mean, it's not a jury.
It was a civil trial? Or
Kit?
There are civil jury trials. Like OJ.
Why does that feel odd? I don't know.
OJ was
yeah, you're right.
It feels low.
You're right. I don't
But-
know.
That was my first thought. It feels a little low for underage raping. $500,000.
Yeah.
Cause like, oh, good for that.
I think she got her years screwed up or her age screwed up or something.
When she
and
was kind of waffling between the 2 years.
Yeah. It'd be fun to interview Bill Cosby.
Would it?
I think
yeah.
I would find that interesting.
I watched his documentary.
Oh, you did?
Did you
guys
talk
watch
about
it?
Cosby?
Yeah,
It's good.
It was really, really good because they take you on a full journey where like you're rooting for him and then you're like really
Very
not
much
rooting
not,
for him. Yeah, like you at first you're like, this guy's fucking amazing for comedy and so he's incredibly talented, and then you're like, oh my god, he's a monster. What was very interesting is how they showed little like seeds he was planting. Like he almost was telling people.
Call those roofies. You put them in drinks.
But he would make like roofie jokes and stuff, and everyone's like, ha ha ha. And then you look back at it and you're like, oh my god, he
hiding
was,
in plain sight.
Yeah, exactly. He was almost like testing the people, like how they felt about certain stuff. So it was creepy.
Yeah, when you're thinking about something a lot, it's hard not to just sort of have it
In your
weaved
subconscious.
into your
Right.
kind of stand up or your
Especially when you're being quick and it's right there in your
at the top.
subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd still rather interview Camille.
Me too. Because I feel like any interview you would do with Bill Cosby that you were trying to get him to be at all honest, he would just turn it around on you and tell you you're a bad
You
person.
tried to interview Cosby for Willie T. Ribs.
But they didn't trust that you weren't going to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bill Cosby sponsored Willie T. Ribs. Well, this would be on the happy side. The only black driver at Indianapolis 500, or the first black driver. And he gave him a full sponsorship.
It'd be great to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, on the, hey, man, give the devil his due side of the ledger, he said to this black race car driver, I will make sure and get you sponsored so that you can go to the Indianapolis 500, which is a very expensive endeavor.
Yeah.
And hundreds of thousands of dollars back then. And so Bill just walked into Coke and Jell-O and Kodak and was like, hey, fellas,
Pony up.
I got a plan. Start cutting a check. And they're like, no, thanks. And so all the people said no to him. All his big guys said no to him. And then he went back and was like, well, I said I'd do it, so I guess I'm reaching into my own pocket. And he just sponsored him. There's nothing on the side of the car except for the name Camille.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The side of that
It's like a boat.
weird Dayglow orange and green, really funky town car, you can find a picture. It says Camille
Oh, wow.
on there. Yeah.
Interesting. Let's move to Deshaun Watson, shall we?
Oh, boy.
His attorney, he's the Cleveland Browns quarterback, he announced this week that, good for him, 20 out of the 24 lawsuits filed against him have been settled. Once the paperwork has been finalized and the money has been transferred to the women, those cases are dismissed. The terms of the settlement confidential. Everybody just takes their paycheck and fucks off, I guess. That means Watson only has 4 more lawsuits to settle. NPR reports that the settlement also comes after the New York Times said earlier this month Watson had booked massage appointments with at least 66 different women over 17 months while he played for the Texans. The report also said a Texans representative had provided Watson with non-disclosure agreements that he would give at the massage.
At the massage.
For women to sign.
It's unusual.
Yeah, so
Red flag.
So he was bitten by his own snake because he does the rub down, roll over with a boner move.
Sure.
I think.
But aren't there places where you don't? Well, they'll just do it.
Plenty.
Well, that's
I mean, I
confusing.
don't know.
Oh, because he wants to feel like he's forcing them. Because I know football players that they love going to certain places, and those places love them, and they do it all the time, 3 times a week.
Well, I think since the Robert Kraft situation, people are scared to go in because they got the Ring doorbell in there, and so there's a little of that. He had an MO, and I guess his MO is boner surprise.
He likes the
roll
surprise
over.
factor, yeah.
But then, unfortunately, you can't call the same legitimate gal back because she already surprised her with a boner last time. So you got to go with a new gal because who the hell cycles through masseuses that
What
way?
an
You
addiction.
find-
66 in like a year and a half.
true
Right.
addiction.
So on one hand, he could get the new fresh eyeballs in there who wasn't ready for the boner surprise, not poised. On the other hand, now he's got 66 lawsuits or 24 lawsuits or 28 lawsuits instead of one chick with the boner surprise.
Yeah, and I kind of this is a good that's a good dessert, by the way. This is a good example of people like, oh, one person says something and all these dumb bitches like are coming out of the woodwork for their payday.
Yeah.
It makes sense because if that happens to you and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna move on. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you hear that happened to me, like,
Yep.
wait that fucking happened to me.
And it legitimizes
gives
it.
Yeah, totally.
Well, people's argument with Johnny Depp was like, well, no one's ever come out with this. So it's weird that this one girl has all these accusations. Then you look like Harvey Weinstein. Everyone has the same kind of story where he did the same kind of massage. So it goes both ways.
Right.
You fucking broads can't get a break. It's either, it's just one girl. Or,
They're
now
all
it's
saying the same
24.
thing.
Yeah.
But like these men are simple. They'd have the same moves every time. Like come up with something different then.
That's why I say, like, when you cheat, you got to mix it up. Adam ate my pussy for 4 hours. Then
No, definitely
he
didn't happen
poured
to
me
me.
another glass of champagne. I remember him asking about my day a lot.
We're talking about Adam Carolla?
The only time he stopped eating my pussy
She's
was to
definitely lying.
ask me about my
She's
afternoon.
definitely lying.
He cooked. He cooked his whole
You
thing.
fucking skate, right?
It's true. It doesn't fit the narrative.
Oh my gosh.
We have a picture of Camille on the side of Willie T. Ribbs's.
Yeah, it says Camille Cosby.
Yeah.
Wow.
There it was,
Interesting.
and this is later because he didn't have any of those other sponsors. He has Camille Cosby twice on the side of the car.
Little
You
back
got Laguna Seca later on, but you got to go at Indy. I don't think he had anything, Chris. I think he only had Camille on there. But anyway, so
Wow.
I mean, Cosby was very charitable. He was like loved educating kids. He had a lot of
Real philanthropist.
A lot of honorary degrees.
yeah, and that's just a completely different side to him.
Yeah. Well, let's
He's
talk,
multifaceted.
Let's talk Johnny Depp. I'm glad you brought him up because we love auctions and stuff here and how much things go for. Well, this trial did him a ton of favors in that department. His memorabilia is being priced much higher than they thought it would. So let's take his scissor gloves from Edward Scissorhands, 1990. Just sold at auction on Tuesday. Now they are expecting it to sell for half of this amount. It sold for over $81,000. $81,250. The scissor gloves. That is twice what they thought it was going to be. The recent attention is now also driving up the price of other memorabilia, like his motorcycle in your favorite movie, Crybaby.
Sean
That's being
Waters.
listed for $250,000.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? This is actually going to make you happy because he's playing. He's a huge fan of John Waters.
I hate John Waters.
Getting his star on the
I
Walk
hate
of Fame.
Crybaby.
Oh,
He's getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
overdue, I say.
Really?
Indeed, he is. He's going to
You know what
join.
I'm going to do?
Yep.
Because, at some point they have to, bend down and kiss it or get
Yeah,
down on
their
their knee or
hands in
whatever.
there.
Picture.
Lick it.
I'm going to find the guy who would take the big pickaxe to the Trump
Yeah,
star.
yeah.
And I'm going to go, John Waters is installing a new Trump star. And he's going to bend down, and that guy's just come flying up with rage in his eyes and an ice pick and go right through his lungs with it.
You might not suspect this. John Waters is MAGA.
Pickaxe. Yeah. He's all MAGA. He's at his own expense. He's installing a new Trump star.
That's very, very violent. May I posit an alternative that might not get you jailed? Should say, if you really want to honor your legacy in the movies you made, didn't Divine eat dog shit at the end of one of the movies? You should definitely do that at the unveiling.
Okay.
That might be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to
maybe
join.
I'll just set myself on fire like a monk.
That's good.
But that
during
would
World
be
War
good
II.
promo for our
Or
invention.
Vietnam.
Oh,
The poop
absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely.
Factor that in.
The class includes Uma Thurman, Mindy Kaling, Paul Walker, Vince Vaughn, Lenny Kravitz, and Ludacris.
What about them?
That's the 2023
Getting the
class,
stars.
basically.
Oh, okay.
Not Ja Rule?
No, Ja Rule didn't make the cut this time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
yeah.
weird little, and Chris, we pulled it and we looked at it, but I have no idea if we can find it. But it was a weird little indicator about 4 years ago that we were kind of jumping the shark in Los Angeles as it pertained to lawlessness.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, it was kind of before there was a camper parked everywhere and people are shitting in the park and stuff. But it's in full bloom now, us not paying attention to criminality or whatever. But there was a guy who was like the deputy of the police officers union or something like that. He had a name, like he was the chief of the police officers union or something. And he was leaving Craig's or someplace like that. And a TMZ guy went like, somebody won at Trump's Walk of Fame star with a pickaxe and destroyed it.
He was like, good.
The other night, he's like, so be it. He got into his car, and it's like, we still have laws, right? Like, there's still somebody with a pickaxe who's running down Hollywood Boulevard who may
He's
slip
expressing
and
himself.
hit somebody else with. I mean, I know you hate Trump, but we got rules,
Yeah.
right? Do we not have
Who are
rules?
those for exactly?
Yeah, it was the very beginning of us kind of going, we don't mind if certain
you gonna
people do
do?
certain things.
It's artistic expression.
So this is the LA Police Commission president.
This is like 4 years ago.
Oh.
I think so.
What do you think about the ongoing defacing of Donald Trump's Star of Fame?
I'm in favor of it.
You're in favor of it? Do you think maybe they should just remove the star? Is it becoming a public
definitely in favor of getting rid of the star.
Great. Hey, thank you very much, sir. Have a good night.
It now look, you say what you will, but it does show a temperament toward lawlessness.
Oh,
of like
yeah.
who's doing the long, who's doing all the looting and the fire burning. Oh, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Give him some space.
Yeah. Very mafia-esque.
Yeah.
Like, should we murder him? He's like, I don't know. If you
Yeah.
see him swim with the fishes, don't ask me.
Yeah, it's that's 2017.
It's a tell.
4 years or 5 years ago. Yeah, he's laughing. He's for it.
He's in a good mood.
All
Yeah.
for it.
He's like, burn the whole town down.
All right, let's do one more.
Okay, let's talk about new Karen that has. You're a married woman now,
Yes.
Hannah. So am I. If this happened to me, I'd be fucking rip shit. So this newlywed couple has gone viral on TikTok over this video they're sharing of this quote unquote miserable neighbor trying to ruin their wedding. The couple held their wedding ceremony outdoors, and the neighbor across the street, who they just call Karen, she wasn't having it. For whatever reason, she decided it'd be the perfect time to start mowing her lawn, making a lot of noise. The couple says Karen got on her riding mower right as the bride started walking down the aisle, then fired up the weed whacker during the vows.
Definitely not a Jew.
Exactly. It was so loud, people literally couldn't hear the ceremony. They certainly couldn't hear the vows. Most of the comments agree that this woman was wrong. And then other people commented, she has the right to do what she wants. It's her property. You guys decide.
Fuck those
I was
people.
gonna
Thank
say,
you.
I hate
This
those
is
people.
this is the sort of
I mean,
supercut
she's
that was put
declaring
up.
war.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Got to be some history here, right?
You'd think so. So you kind of hear it in the
Yeah,
background.
there's
but it
probably
gets
more to
worse.
this story. I mean, beautiful, beautiful wedding.
Right on the corner.
Working as close as she can to the nuptials, right?
Yeah.
In her visor.
So there's history here, right?
Yeah, there has to be. Someone fucked someone's husband.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What's
somebody didn't
possible
follow
that?
the HOA.
What possible rationale is there for doing that?
She hates her neighbor.
Okay.
Like, we're not saying it's
What's her
right.
rationale?
But
Or
there's
maybe she's
motive.
mad she didn't get an invite.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a beautiful neighborhood.
She's like, I say good morning
gotta
to you
be
every
some
fucking
history.
morning.
For sure.
And I don't even get an invite. I don't even get some free, clams, some mozzarella.
The thing about your neighbors and all this kind of shit is they can make you as miserable as they want.
Yeah.
You just hope that they don't want to live next door to people that are angry at them all the time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people forego that. They're just like, I don't care if the person.
Some people thrive on it.
Yeah.
I can't
there's
wrap my head around that.
There's a breed, and they're out there, and the numbers are much greater than you'd ever imagine in terms of how many neighbors are willing to just completely forego any kind of decent relationship, go on the warpath, and fuck your shit
It's
up.
insane because how many times do you kind of need your neighbor's help sometimes?
Oh,
It's nice
sure.
to have someone looking out, or
It
can you close the
behooves you.
garage or whatever. I mean, I'm from New York, so we don't talk to our neighbors, but in other places, and I feel like this woman doing this, she has to sleep with one eye open now because they have to come back at her.
But that's the thing. Like
But I'm Sicilian,
seems
so
like
I don't know.
someone
I don't know.
she thrives on that shit. Like the lengths
Yeah.
I will go to keep the peace with the people around me,
Oh,
and
yeah.
my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It is a 24-hour day job.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
Got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
You stop and pull your dick out.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.
All right. Denver, going to be doing some live shows tomorrow and Saturday. Comedy Works South. You can go there and say hi. Dickie Barrett's going to be there. Kyle Dunnigan's going to be on the Saturday show. Thomas Jane, Murder at Yellowstone City in theaters and VOD tomorrow as you hear this. And Hannah Berner, everyone, the podcast. Burning in Hells and Giggly Squad, if I got that right. And where should we go if we want to find all your dates?
Oh yeah, HannahBurn.com. I'm doing LA, Tacoma, Wisconsin. Got some stuff coming up.
Good on you. And until next time, Santa Carolla for Hannah Berner and Thomas Jane and Gina Grad and Paul Bryan saying mahala.
They take you on a full journey where like you're rooting for him and then you're like really
Very
not
much
rooting
not
for him.
to.
Yeah, like at first you're like, this guy's fucking amazing for comedy and so he's incredibly talented, and then you're like, oh my god, he's a monster. What was very interesting is how they showed little like seeds he was planting. Like he almost was